Real estate. It's one of the most popular, most talked about, and most misunderstood types of investments in the world. Chances are, you've heard someone say, if you have extra money, buy property. Real estate is the safest investment. Home prices always go up. This advice is repeated so often that many people accept it without question. It sounds logical, it sounds simple, it sounds like guaranteed wealth. But what if I told you that most of these beliefs are half-truths? What if I told you that many people lose money, not make money when they invest in real estate? Today, we're going to break down the entire truth behind real estate investing. No sugarcoating, no hype, no exaggerated promises. By the end of this video, you will know why home prices do not always rise. Why renting out a property often costs more than it earns. Why the real estate industry is brutally competitive, and how beginners unintentionally lose tens of thousands of dollars. This video could save you from a financial catastrophe. So sit tight, let's dive into the real truth about real estate. The National Association of Realtors reported that from 1968 to 2004, home prices rose on average by 6.4% per year. And it's part of the reason why real estate became known as a safe bet. But then, everything changed. In 2005, the slowdown began. Home price growth dropped from 6.4% to just 1%. From 2006 to 2007, the warning signs became impossible to ignore. Then in 2008, the crash happened. The global financial crisis hit, and the housing market collapsed. Home values fell by over 30% in many regions. Millions of people lost their homes, their jobs, and their savings. The myth that prices always go up was destroyed, but people still repeat it today as if nothing ever happened. It took years for the market to recover, but here's something most people don't realize. Since 2010, when adjusted for inflation, home prices have barely increased at all. That means the real growth, the growth you actually feel in your wallet, has been close to zero. Whenever someone learns that home prices don't always rise, they fall back on the second big real estate myth: it's fine. But unfortunately, reality is very different. Let's break down why. After all this, many landlords discover they are losing money every month. Instead of the rent paying for the property, the landlord is paying for the property. This leads to one of the most common beginner mistakes: the ILL live in it sometimes and rent it out later trap. People say, I'll buy a home for myself. When I'm away, I'll rent it. When I retire, I'll use it. It's a perfect combination of personal and investment use. Unfortunately, this rarely works out. Why? Because your personal preferences rarely match market demand. You buy a home based on your lifestyle, your comfort, your taste, and your desired location. But renters look for completely different things. So, what happens? Your property becomes difficult to rent, stays vacant for long periods, is less appealing than competing rentals, and is expensive for you to maintain. In short, a property built for your personal needs is usually a terrible rental investment. You end up stuck with an asset that works for your life, but not for your wallet. You have to understand financing, study interest rates, and learn tax laws. It's not a simple buy-on-wait strategy. Real estate is a business, and in business, the unprepared lose money. Real estate is also one of the oldest industries in human history. Because of that, the competition is extreme. You're not competing against other clueless beginners. You're up against seasoned investors, developers, contractors, hedge funds, real estate companies, cash buyers, flippers, and people with inside information and professional teams. These people know what to buy, what to avoid, how to negotiate, and how to time the market. They know how to evaluate risk, how to renovate cheaply, and how to maximize rental income. Meanwhile, beginners often buy emotionally, impulsively, based on myths and hope. That's why the competition usually wins. A lot of people think any property will do. Real estate is always an investment. No, a good real estate investment is rare. Experienced investors know that to find one profitable property, they often examine 50 listings, 100 listings, sometimes even 300 listings. They compare everything: return on investment, cash flow, expenses, market trends, and construction quality. If you haven't done this kind of analysis, you're not investing, you're gambling. Real estate is not safe. Real estate is not guaranteed. The real danger is believing myths instead of learning the truth. You must learn the hidden risks and avoid the common traps. More videos on investing, finance, and wealth building are coming soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.